Guys, want to find some cool rocks with me? Well, come along, and got my new rock peepers, so hopefully we'll find some cool stuff. I'm trying to find a dry path to the gravel. As you can see, it's quite muddy and frozen. And that's how cold it was outside. But today it's in the 60s. Whoop. Yeah. At some point I'll probably give up and just get my feet wet. Not worry about it. I think that time has come already. Whew, I'm breaking through ice in here. As you can see. Alright. Made it through, just our feet got wet, so let's find some gravels. A gravel bar already, right off the bat. So check this area out, and then I'm gonna go over there. I can see right in that spot there's like shiny stuff, which usually ends up being gravel. So what we're looking for today, cool rocks obviously, but specifically agates, and then sometimes there's smoky quartz and other things. Let's see if I can find an agate right off the bat for you guys. Let's see, there's some chert there. So this is a new spot I've never been to, and when I'm looking for new spots on the river, I'll go to Google Maps and I'll look for places where the river is really windy and bendy, and almost always on the inside of the bend of the river there's gravel deposits or something, and the river dumps out and filters out the bigger rocks and lets those just accumulate, and then it becomes easier to find the agates. So that's how I chose this place, and such a nice day, I had to get outside. So let's find an agate on camera if we can. It doesn't take long usually. Here is, I believe, chalcedony, which is what agate is made out of, but agate is banded chalcedony. So some people wouldn't consider this agate because it doesn't have bands on it, it's just chalcedony. So these little red quartz too. Sometimes there's bigger ones, and they're nice if they don't have big fractures all running through them. What's this? Just quartz. Here's a little guy. This is kind of what we're looking for, but larger. So I'll turn the camera off and I'll keep looking until I find some, and then I'll show you guys those too. I see something shining over here. Nothing. Alright. Found my first larger one.
Sitting here. Not too bad. Nice and white. Blue. Sometimes we got reds. Then I got this little guy. Just some neat bands on it. That's the kind of banding we're looking for. So, yep.
This had just been covered in water, and the water, when it left, kind of left it all muddy. It's a little harder to see, but I think there's one sitting here which has some potential, and I don't really want to lick it, so I'm going to lick my finger and check it out. I think that is pretty neat. I'll hold on to that out of my bag, take it to the river, and rinse it off, but there's plenty of rocks to look for here. This is a nice gravel deposit. You see the agate in the middle there. Just kind of number of these at this river. It's kind of bluish, gray, with dirt. Backside dirty. Nice piece of yellow jasper. Here's a nice example with some reds and blues on it. Better lighting with the sun behind it. Love the little red eyes that form on these blue ones. There's a nice one. Might not be able to tell, but very easily, but you can see all the banding and stuff. And I have found surprisingly few on this gravel bar. I found a few more that are covered in mud I haven't shown you. I'm going to bring it to the river and wash them off, but I wonder if just a little too muddy to really spot them well, or it's possible that people come here and look. Tends to happen in more public areas, but let's take these ones that I have found at the river. Yeah, so surprisingly a lot of gravels and not as many agates as I would hope to find. It happens. It's a little white one. I thought it was one of those ugly ones because of the back of this, but then the front, it's got some nice white details on it. Here is a really interesting looking one with some interesting bands on it, and it's like a tan milky color, and then it's got some of that in the back, and some mud on it. I'll add that to the pile to bring to the river to wash off and check. There's a big one. It's a little bit sandy, but some nice reds in there. Got my rocks separated into two piles here. Rocks that I have shown you and rocks that I haven't shown you. And the river here, which by the way, is nice and low after last week's adventure, it being way up. And look how clear it is now. So that's cool, and it's probably freezing cold. So I'm just gonna show you these rocks one by one here. And this one, don't even know what it is, except I thought the yellow was cool, and then I was looking at all the little crystals inside. So it is obviously hosting something. I don't think I'll keep it necessarily, but I thought it was pretty cool. Especially those little crystal pockets in there. Some of these might be really ugly. This looks like it's like agatized jasper. Maybe it would polish out. I can see the little banding in there, but not tons, but definitely gotta keep that at least. And
Yeah, some of these were covered in mud. This one's definitely got some clear qualities to it, like that chalcedony. It's like a chalcedony sandwich, so it's got host rock on top and the bottom. And then in the middle, chalcedony. Do two at once here. Ooh, efficient. This one I picked up because it was glossy. Yeah, it's got some banding in there. Most of these, like these really solid ones, they tumble out really nice. So they're not bad to keep. What is this? Something. Probably not going to keep that one. We'll add that to the not keep pile. Got a piece of, I think, it might be slag actually. I thought it was hematite. Ouch. It's got a sharp spot. But the way it's holding all those random things, I think it might be slag. We'll add that to the non-keep pile. Got some red jasper in here, which is why I picked it up. Sometimes when you pick these up and you don't look too closely, you don't see much, but then you look closer and they have these little red bands running all through, which are cool. But I do like the striations running through there. That's cool. Oopsies. Alright, here's a piece of muddy, yeah, that water is cold, red quartz. Nice and red. It does have some fractures running through it, especially that big one right there. But, yeah, I like keeping these sometimes. That one I probably won't keep. And, that one's got some interesting bands on it, like parallax, almost like level, yeah, what, parallel bands. This guy is a big black rock. No relation to the company. Is there banding on it? I think it's might be moss agate or chalcedony. You throw those in the tumbler, they show their true designs sometimes. All right, here's a piece of quartz that I like. These, they're interesting. I won't keep this one because it's got fractures all running through it, but I wanted to show you guys the gray and the black and all the little crystal inclusions in there. Pretty neat. Some yellow jasper. These also tend to have some banding, some agate running through them. Here is another piece of mystery meat. This is why I picked it up. Look at that. It's a little agate eye in there. Just a tiny little eyeball. So it's like agate in host. Okay, this is like yellow jasper with agate lines running through it. You can see a little bit of the red banding on it. And then on this side, all the little bands running through it. These polish out pretty cool. In a tumbler. This, don't know what it is. Thought it was interesting. Won't keep it. Oop, almost dropped it. Okay, this one was neat. A little piece of quartzite, I think. But it's got some cool colors in there. It might just be straight chalcedony. Actually, I think it is chalcedony now that I'm looking at it. The fractures there look like quartz fractures, but the clarity and the color of it looks like chalcedony to me. And then same with this guy. That might be more quartzite. It's got some interestingness to it. Okay, we got, oh, this is that interesting one I showed you guys, but I wanted to wash it off. Check out the banding. It's like South Carolina, the state. Shape. Yeah, look at the back. That's neat. Okay, got 4 more. You see yellow jasper, any neat banding? Quite vivid yellow. There's a little eye of bands right there. Okay, this is that first one I found here that I said I'd wash off. I don't know what that is. Might just be, it feels sedimentary. I don't know if I'll keep this. I think I'll leave that one. All right. Last two before we go and find some more. Here's some, I believe, jasper, but it's got some interesting colors in there. Stripes and bands. And then more jasper. I think. You know I'm not an expert. If I misidentify any of these, don't quote me. Let's go find some more rocks. Old glass of some sort, kind of broken. It's pink, it's kind of neat. If it was whole, I'd probably consider keeping it. We'll leave it as part of the archaeology of the river. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here. I looked along this whole bank, found a few, so I'll show you the ones I found, and then I'm going to head home. But I just want to say I really appreciate y'all watching, and yeah, obviously you guys watching is the most important thing, so thank you. See these rocks. First off, quite a large chunk of hematite, which I think is pretty neat. But a big one. Don't really need to get that wet. This one, I couldn't decide if it was glass or something else. Like glass slag. What made me think of it being glass slag is the way it chipped. Right there. Just this is such straight edges. That could be something else. More than likely it's slag. Got some nice red jasper. Surrounded by yellow. Some... Oh, I hadn't seen this one yet because it's covered in mud. Yeah, it's one of those yellow agate things, chalcedonies. You can see a little white banding in there, and then I found a few of these recently, which is funny because I haven't found them before. But I'm interested to see how they polish up on the grinder. See if I can make some earrings or something out of them. I am trying to get more into doing some jewelry making and stuff, so hopefully in the future there'll be some of that stuff online. Some yellow jasper here with red seeping through it, kind of. Little red cap. So yeah, stay tuned for that, I guess. And honey agate. Or just chalcedony. Not bad. Yeah. And some... I wanted to wash this off and take a peek at it. I don't think I'll keep it. Sneeze coming. Bless me. Alright, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.